Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the eSeniors Group 2. We're here at round 7. It's the Nurburgring, and my bloody god, it's Jesus Christ Almighty. Look who we have here. The old band is back, baby. The Johnny Wood, baby. Hello, Johnny.
What's up, Mr. J? How you doing, man?
I'm doing fantastically well. I see you're enjoying a fine food. What are you having at the moment?
I have some gummy worms. They're absolutely delicious, very, very nutritious.
Yeah.
And they basically, you know, hey, this is brunch for me.
Damn
and
right.
I just had a beer as well.
Oh.
10 o'clock in the morning. Yeah, there's something definitely wrong. It was a long work week. What can I tell you?
Yeah, man, you gotta enjoy the Saturday, my friend. You gotta enjoy it. Well, my friends, we're gonna go into pre-qualifying and then qualifying. But before, we want to talk a little bit about the standings that you have on your screens right now. There you see is Johan Larsson leading with 278. Then Martin Bailey and Pierre Lafrance just behind. But my God, Larsson throughout the season, he has been an absolute rocket. Hasn't he?
He has. He's been a crazy rocket, man. I mean, he's a Group 1 driver. There's no doubt about it. You know, he's going to be on our hairy, you know what's in Group 1 next season. I can guarantee it. But I expect him to like walk away from this field, mate.
Yeah, I don't know. His space is just absolutely incredible. You can see the engines on the back. I think we're gonna move movely to that. But before that, Mr. Wood, except for Larsson, everybody else is very tight on the standings. What do you think of, for example, the fight that is going through on P3? Because La France, very close to Berger, Garden, McKay, and Dearlove. Like, it's really tight between all these drivers.
Mate. Yeah, I don't really know what to tell you. As you said, it's really tight. So, you know, we all heard Jeremy on the pre-race meeting that, you know, we need to get through the first corner and the first lap like cleanly. But the thing is, if they don't, anything can happen. So that you got the top 5. If you have something disastrous happen to one of them, then it's all going to be shaken up. So I don't know. I don't know what's going to happen, but it's going to be exciting though. I asked for crashes.
Yes.
Crashes, spins. Racing, man. Let's race.
Pandemonium. We're all down for
and
that.
if you ain't first, you're last.
Yeah.
End of story.
Yes, Jonathan Wood. That's what I like, my friend. We're going to move right into the action. My God, look at that livery from Hugh Morris, of course. Look, it's just, I'm sorry. The Weeble Liberty is my friend. And not my forte. Yeah, look at the bunny. Look at the. What can you say about this livery, Mr. Wood?
I think it's beautiful.
You think it's beautiful?
Yeah, I think anyone who has a custom livery, it's like, you know, you're doing it right. You're doing it right. You know, you're expressing yourself. So if that's his idea of self-expression, I applaud it.
It's good.
I applaud it.
I do. I agree in that. But Jesus, the I think that's how do you call it, man? A tummy better. Yeah. It looks.
No, that's Bagpuss.
What
you
is
don't know what
Bagpuss?
Bagpuss is?
No, I don't know
Bagpuss. Yeah, so Bagpuss is a it was a kids show when I was like, you know, when I was a kid in the 1970s. So basically, it's a throwback, you know. So we're eSeniors, and every one of the eSeniors who lives out of the UK knows exactly what Bagpuss is. And you know what? I want to run over that mofo. That's all I can say. If Bagpuss was in front of me, I'm going to squash him. So I'm not sure if it's a good thing on his part, but it is a very, very cool livery. I like it.
Well, I do like it in that sense. Let me tell you, this livery, this is what we call a great livery. Kai Schaffer, of course, the Golf, never ceases to amaze me. What an amazing livery. And already in this pre-qualifying session, Larsson is nearly 2 seconds ahead at 55.4. We're getting some really good times in here, Mr. Wood.
Yeah, mate, that's half a second faster than I've been all week. I mean, I'm struggling here. I haven't broken into the 55s, and I mean, and I'm watching him now. I don't see where it's coming from. I guess it's coming from everywhere. Maybe I'm just slow, but this guy is like, he's gonna rocket away, man. Let's hope something happens to him at the first corner.
You want to see him being challenged, don't you?
Yeah. I want to see something happen. You know, I want to see him maybe have an issue at the first corner or the first lap and get deep into the field, maybe the fringes of the top 10, and then fight back and take the win. How about that?
Well, let's see.
In the
Let's
race.
see. I'd love to see that. Let me tell you. And my friend, we are now into qualifying. 15 minutes of pure action. And we're going to go with some of the men that are getting out of the pit lane. One of them is Mr. Andy Skelton. There you have him. With the Lexus amazing livery as well. And as we were saying, Mr. Larson is looking very comfortable here at the Nurburgring. Who do you think can challenge for the top 3 apart from him? Because it's looking like the pole position has his name on it.
I don't know, mate. I mean, let's see what happens like after everyone's done their bank collapse, because for sure here, you know, because you've got so many corners and there's so many tight corners, the tires warm up pretty quickly, so that bank collapse can normally be a really good indication of where everyone is going to end up. So let's just see what happens. You know, as you said, we've got a whole bunch of guys who are going to be very close. You could see the top 15 or 20 easily inside of a second, right?
Yeah.
The question is, you know, what's the distance going to be in time between Johan in P1 and P2, right? Mm-hmm. I say it's going to be at least, I think it's going to be a second.
Well, let's see. We saw in the pre-qualifying it wasn't 1, but it was nearly 2. So we'll see how it goes here in this qualifying session. But before that, I would like to do a little bit of a track guide for everybody here watching us. So we're going to go on board with the British man, Andy Skelton. And we're going to go for a full lap, a little bit of a guide through this very amazing, tough track. And thank the Lord it's not the Nordschleife, because then the difficulty goes up 50,000 times. We go through the finish line right now, and we head into turn 1. Very hard hairpin. Be careful with that curve, because it can just spin the car like it's nothing. Of course, we're going to Mercedes Arena. Turn 2, you need to go a little wide on the entry and then cut it off to make it as straight as possible. Be careful with the throttle through here. Of course, turn 3, a very slow left-hander. This first sector is a killer. If you miss one of the corners, your lap is completely gone. We head now, of course, into turn 5. You usually brake after the cones. Go maybe into 3rd. That is what Mr. Skelton is going to do. And of course, we head into 4th curb. It's turn 6. Now, we get closer to the Dunlop corner. Another hairpin. This one is a little easier, but of course you need to nail the exit, because we go into one of the most epic corners in all of racing. Of course, the Schumacher S's. There you have Skelton. This time is going to go very hard on the entry curve, and I think that was a very wise choice from him. Very good line through the Schumacher S as we go now into the RTL corner. Going to 2nd, abuse that curve as well. We're going to 3rd now. Shifting to 2nd. This case is not. He's going to keep it in 2nd as we go through Warstein. I'm sorry for the German people here. I'm sure you want to murder me. The Adan Bogen corner here, of course, completely flat out. And now, of course, there are 2 outlays of this track. In this case, we're going to go for the quicker chicane. And of course, the last turn, another hairpin to end things off. And Skelton is going to put his first qualifying lap. That is going to be a 57.995. Not bad from Skelton, my friend.
Yeah, so mate, a 57.9. I think like you're going to see a lot of folks in the 57s. The question is, you know, how many? And I want to ride with Mr. Larson, and I'm just trying to find him on the map and see where he is.
I'm trying to find it as well. Johan Larson, there you have him.
There he is. He's number 84, and he's just coming around the. Where is he coming around? He's just coming around the big curve right now.
Yeah, now we're heading into the 3rd sector. Look at that. My God. By the way, very good touch with delivery, yeah? Viva España. Viva MotoGP. There you see now going through the quick chicane. Well done from Mr. Larson himself. Let's see what he's going to put as the first flying lap. Welcome, Nikos. Larson seems like he's going to go for a quicker one because he went for a very wide entry. That, nonetheless, is going to be a 55.9. Whole second
still
hand.
It was a 55.9.
Wow.
And I saw many errors, and it was still a 55.9.
We might be able to see a 54, huh?
Yeah, I think he's going to hit the low 55. So I would say a 55.4, 55.3 I want to see from him.
Well, let's see. Let's see. I cannot wait. Let me tell you. Look at this man. Jamaica! Frank Tennant, baby. Oh, my God. I miss this man so much. I love Frank. I don't know about you. I know you do. But, man, Frank is awesome.
Yeah, Frank's a great guy. And he always has, like, an entourage of family members watching him on the TV at home, which is awesome. So, hello, everyone. All of the whole Tennant household. Hopefully, Frank will do you guys proud and get a really good result going. And he's a very, very exciting driver. I know he absolutely adores Lewis Hamilton, as do I, and as do many of us. And
unfortunately,
he kind of takes after him on the ACC course. You know, he's like really, really aggressive. Does some amazing overtaking maneuvers, and we're looking forward to a good race from him.
Oh yeah, the starts from him are always something to watch for. Welcome, Nikos. Welcome, Andy, to the chat. See some more people getting in. I think the notification hasn't gone through the Discord server, so let's quickly do that. In the meanwhile, we go with James Sparks. I had a little bit of a conversation with him before the race meeting, and my God, he's a special human being. You gotta love him. Right now he's on the 201s. Hopefully we'll get into the 59s at least. This Repsol livery is inspired from Honda MotoGP. You're damn right it is. Yeah, gotta love it. Let's go now with Mark Stephens, who's going to head into the last corner. There you have Mr. Pocock. Welcome, mister. How are you doing? Stephens is going to go for the finish line. And that is going to jump straight him to P2. 56.2. Very close to Johan Larsson's time. He's going for another round. Let's see. Let's see what he can do. Mr. Wood. We're now taking a look at Don Queen. Another man that, of course, I miss on Sundays on the commentary booth. What a great driver Don Queen is. And another man that people should look for in this race. No doubt at all.
Yeah, Don is one of those guys who, like, his banker lap will normally be nowhere near his best lap, and he'll like drive up. He'll make the speed a little bit faster and faster every lap, and he's the guy to actually watch on his very last lap of quali, because that's when he moves up into the top 10. So not trying to put too much pressure on you, Don, but we're expecting you to be in the top 10. Haha. Yes. Another one to watch is Mr. No Mirrors himself, Mr. Robert Obando. Who is currently P25, but once again, I'm expecting him to be in the top 10. Let's hope he's turned on those mirrors this time around, because the last race was a little bit hairy for him. Let's see, Frank is currently in P21, expecting better things from him. Johan, he had a really good first couple of corners, but then he messed up. So he's aborted this lap.
Indeed. Let me turn you a little higher. Let me tell you now, Mr. Wood sounds the same as me. Please, Mr. Wood, say something to the people, to the lovely viewers of the eSeniors.
Hello, Mr. Mark Pocock. How are you, sir? Good to see you. Good to see you, Nikos.
Now everything should be fine because he's at 200%. There you see Obando's going to cross the line. And unfortunately going to stay on P25. Let's go now with Malcolm Hutchin. Another man that I had the pleasure to meet today. What a great dude. It's so funny. And there you see, he's going to go for a 56. Go straight into P4. Very good lap from the Scottish man. Evening, everybody. Hello, Chris Moore. Nice to see you here, my friend. I hope you all miss me. You know, I miss the group too. And Mr. Pocock, get your gun away from me. You can hear Jono very saddened, but at least happy that today he's here with me. Ain't you, Mr. Johnny?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
That sounds cool.
It's been a while since we did any commentary together. You know, I've got a few quips that I've wrote down that they might not be quite PG-13, so I might have to rip them up by the sound of it. But yeah, let's see what happens here. So let's see here. Where are we? Mr. Stephen Buckley still hasn't posted anything. Mr. Ollie is 15th. Rainer Berger still hasn't really posted a good lap yet.
Ooh, let me tell you. Very unfortunate that Hutchin lost the car, but he was about to be very close to Johan Larsson's lap time. Let's go with the man himself, because he finds himself with a 4/10 lead on his fastest lap. So we might see the 55.5. We go on board with him to see the chicane. He's gonna go wide on the entry. He's gonna be able to save it, but he has lost a couple tenths there. Maybe he has lost every bit of gains through there. That was a fantastic last corner, and he just made it back. That is gonna be a 55.5. And if it didn't mess that chicane, we would have seen a 54. This man is now putting the bangers. And as you said, Rainer Berger right now is a 58-1. We know Berger is very fast. Let's see how things develop for him. He's only going to have 2 more shots at this qualifying session. Welcome, everybody. Welcome, Paulo. Bienvenido. Muito obrigado. And let's see, Berger right now, 7 tenths up. He will put himself in the mid 57s. Let's see if he can nail this last sector. For now, it's looking very comfortable. Unfortunately, he has lost a little bit on the exits. Very conservative chicane from Berger. Hi, I've just taken 2 seconds of my best time, and I'm back in 24th place and falling. Don't worry, you know the starts, Mr. Jamaica. And Mr. Wood, another man that I want to talk to you about. We were talking about him before, Schaffer. P12, let me tell you, I expect a little more from him. We saw last season he was an absolute rocket, and I want to see more of that. I want to see him in the low 56s.
Yeah. I mean, honestly, mate, this track is just so difficult. It's like, you know, it's reasonably easy to kind of roll around in the 57s and the high 58s, but to get into 56s is dead difficult. And to get into 55s, it's like I just don't even see how everyone's doing it. I'm just totally struggling. Getting into 54s, who knows? You saw somebody do a 52 once a few weeks ago. Mm-hmm. It's beyond alien. It sounds like somebody's cheating, to be honest. That's really, really, really bizarre.
Well, let's see. Tomorrow, I'm expecting great driving from all of you on Group 1. Remember, it's the same time starting. In this case, it will be 8 p.m. CEST, 7 p.m. British time. Schaffer right now 3 tenths up, so he might be able to go into the 56s. And as we kind of predicted, Larsson with a gap from P2 and then from P4 onwards, very tight throughout the whole board. Because if you take a look at Hutchin, between Hutchin and Britos in P20, we're talking about a 1 second difference. That is going to be tasty as hell once we go into race session. I cannot wait.
Yeah, mate, it's going to be really tasty. And you know what? So currently, if you look at the top 4 and what could potentially happen if, like, you know, a Stephen Buckley or Kev Forrest, maybe if they would get a really, really good start and pass a few cars, and, you know, we'll start to get kind of a mixed grid. So it's going to be very exciting. Like, as Jeremy said, you know, the start is going to be absolutely paramount to what happens in the rest of this race. I think, you know, Johan, he's got it, like, you know, already you can see he's just going to drive away from the field, but he's got to make sure he gets a bloody good start.
I completely agree with you, and something that you were talking about before, I think we need to focus on it, because you said this track is very hard, and it's very hard to get into the 56s, the 55s. Consistency matters the most in this race, in this track, And the moment you make a tiny mistake, you're just gonna lose it all, because you cannot afford to lose focus in a track like this where every single corner is a challenge, except for the last sector, and not even that, because the only thing I refer to is this corner here. Except for this corner, everything else is very, very tough for the drivers, so I cannot wait what's going to happen. But ladies and gentlemen, it seems like we have our pole sitter, and that is going to be Johan Larsson. Let's see if Martin Bailey can have a go at it and maybe put himself on the top 3. For now, he's looking strong. It all comes down to the last corner, the hairpin, the last one. Let's go into the finish line, on board with him. Oh, he's gonna slide on the exit, and unfortunately, will they be able to get the time better? No, that was so unfortunate, Mr. Wood, because these 4 gentlemen are all within a 10th, so that's very unfortunate.
And Rainer Berger he's approaching the Vidal chicane. He's half a second up, and he's currently P15. Let's see what he can do, because he can potentially move up like 7 or 8 spots. He's still 0.4 up as we go into the final bend. Come on, mate, get the power down.
Not bad.
He got a really good exit. He's got half a second, so he's gone from 15th all the way up to 10th. So he's in the fringes of the top 10. 1.6 seconds off of pole position that was taken by Mr. Larsson. 155.510 alien-esque. That's all I can say.
Nothing else I can add either. What a lap from Larsson and Berger. Very good lap. I think if he risked it a little more on the chicane, with 2 more tenths, it would have been easy. It would have been easy for him to put himself in top 4, because top 4 was 56.9. He could have made it happen, but unfortunately, the chicane wasn't enough. Ladies and gentlemen, you know it. I know it. We're gonna do a little bit of a great walk, because I love it. So let's go straight to it. Mr. Wood, I'll take the honors if you don't mind.
Absolutely. I had half of these folks, I can't even say their names. The only one I can actually pronounce is Don Queen.
Fantastic. I love it. Johan Larsson with the 55.5, setting the pace on pole position there. Richard McKay, very good lap indeed. Stephens, Morris, Hutchin, Schaffer, Bailey, Stephen Buckley, Forrest, and Berger compose the top 10. Then we go with Peter LaFrance, Andrew Ambro, Don Queen, Bruce Hopkins, Sandy Skelton, Mr. Kanson, Uwe Tholen, Oli Lindener, Columba, and Britos for the top 20. And then we go with Lee Ellis, Arroas, Shannon. Jesus Christ, what has happened here? We've gone underground. That's something I did not expect. But then
you're a mole. You're a mole.
Yeah, I am a mole. Jesus. We got here Hugo Caballero, Roberto, Frank Tennant, Thierry Ars, and then of course my good man, the James Park. Look at him. Look at that good boy. Damn right.
It's a great looking grid, that's for sure.
I can tell it. Damn right it is. Huh? What a packed grid, and very tight, at least on qualifying. Let's see if that's going to be the same case once we move toward the actual race. And as we previously mentioned, turn 1 is going to be very important indeed. Will we see Larsson struggle on turn 1? Do you think we're going to get a comeback drive, or do you think if he pulls out the card out of his sleeve and survives T1, will he pull away from the rest?
I think it's beyond doubt that he'll pull away from the rest. It's just a question of, is he going to get through that first corner first, and pointing in the right direction. Because you see all those folks behind there, everyone is very, very hungry. They're not being very, very kind. They're not lining up particularly evenly. So let's see what happens as they come through the final turn. And I'll hand it back to you to take the start, mate.
Well, thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen. We are going to start this out. The green lights are going to come real soon. Do you see the checker flag? And we go green! It's time to rock and roll! And let's see if Pandemonium is ahead of us. As we hit turn 1 right now, it's McKay leaning just by a little bit. But of course, it's Larson with the inside line. There you see a 3 wide through turn 1. Oh, there's a little bit of contact. Thankfully, he has been able to save it. No. Oh, Pandemonium! Let's take a look at replay. What the hell just happened there? There you see, we saw another touch. Oh,
keep on going, yeah.
Jesus.
Still not out of the Mercedes area, and they're just all over the place.
Ay. We're going to have to take a look at that as well. You see now 2 wide. It's Buckley and Hutchin. Oh my God, they make contact again. Good Lord, they will stop questioning each other. What the hell is that? What just happened there? Hutchin and Buckley don't stop hitting each other. Oh my God. That is absolute insanity.
Yeah, neither of those guys are going to be very happy after the race, I think. Watch the Discord chat for some excitement, some fireworks, I think. But there seemed to be a lot of door-on-door contact. There's only a few little bits of contact where we saw cars actually going backwards. Oh, yeah, and I'm seeing the replay now. Yeah, it was a bit of a mess. Queen going backwards. Yeah.
Sorry for cutting you out. Arroba slid. And also, Obando unfortunately hit him because he didn't have any reaction time.
Oh, goodness me.
Oh, my God.
So, yeah.
It's been bloody here, huh?
Yeah, the Buckley incident, that I'm not sure who was who, but one of them definitely looked like some red mist. There was some contact, and then looked like some rather intentional looking contact from my point of view, but I'm just a pundit, of course.
Oh, we will see. It makes my Dutch the other day look like pussycats. Well, let me tell you, tonight, it ain't about pussycats. Today, it's all about lions. My God, non-stop fighting all over the place. But let me tell you, we were talking about it. Johan Larsson pulled the card out of his sleeve. Already a second ahead, and I think this gap is going to grow bigger and bigger. Let's take a look now at Bruce Hopkins. And you see Andrew Ambro. He's going to go for the inside line. But you can see Hopkins is going to close the door very smartly. We see a little bit of a side-by-side now, but definitely it is going to be Hopkins defending Mape Kansen just behind Mr. Ambro. Very good restart from these 3 gentlemen. Let's go now a little further down the back because Thierry Haas is fighting with Uptholin and behind Richard Colomb and Arrobas, who unfortunately lost the car and then got hit. But nothing he could do about that. There you see now a very good exit from Arrobas himself. Let's go on board with him. He's going to have to go out of the track. He was forced out of it. Hutchin, unfortunately, there you see him on the chat. Not good. Oof, that was... we would have to take another look at that because that looked very messy, Mr. Wood.
Yeah, it looked very messy indeed, and it looks like we got a few people who just went away and just quit. I think Don Queen left, I believe. Let's see.
Buckley, has he left?
It looks like, yeah, Stefan looks like he left as well. But, you know, 45-minute race, you get wrecked on the first lap. You know, I do the same. I just like, okay, I'm done with this, and just switch it off because it's too frustrating. You know, we put a lot of effort into this all week long, and then, you know, 45 minutes of pain as well to finish low down is just not good enough. So sometimes it's best to just be done, you know.
Oh my God, look at that! Jesus Christ! Some domino happening in the back of the grid. That was a big hit. And Arrobas is on the pit lane. He's not going to have any more of this. I'm sure the poor man is fuming.
Yeah, I'm sure he is. Yeah, he's not a happy camper.
Yeah, you know, he's one of the cleanest drivers we have on the championship. So, you know, when he gets involved in these many instances, just 2 laps of racing, he's not going to be too happy. There you see Kansen now with a good exit, but still not enough to overtake Andrew Ambro. Good fight from these two. Bruce Hopkins, I think, is the MVP on this race start, because look at him, it's P7, mate. Sheesh.
Yeah, doing a good job. Oh, and Robert Obando and Thierry asked that Robert actually got past Thierry going down the pit straight, but then Thierry got him back going into the first corner. They knocked doors a little bit. But now, yeah, it looks like Thierry got back ahead, and behind Robert is Mr. Parks. So the little three-way battle, and now Robert is going inside him again. They're going at it, hammer and tongs, and this is for 21st position.
What a move, eh? On the outside. Not any bit of difficulty for Obando. I'm missing that livery he had last year, eh? Let me tell you that.
Well, the livery he's got right now, it's very, very blank, but he now owns a Porsche 911, and it's silver like that, so he's basically driving his car, which is kind of cool.
Sorry for interrupting you. There we saw the onboard of Frank Tennant in the car in front. Peter LaFrance loses it on the Schumacher SS. He goes into the wall. And sorry for cutting you off, but yeah, man, that's cool that he owns a Porsche, man. Let me tell you, Obando with the dollars, eh?
Something like that.
Yeah, no, not something like that.
Hopefully, his actual road car he uses his mirrors, because otherwise he'd have very, very expensive bills every week. You know, and for sure, I don't think his wife would be too happy about it. But I think he takes his aggression out on his video gaming instead of in his real life car.
Well, thank the Lord, the FIA, if not, is going to be very on him. There you see him.
Frank is up to 15th. Where do you recall where Frank started?
Let me tell you right now, my friend, Frank Tennant started 26th, and he has already made 11 positions. As always, Tennant with the stars, man.
Fantastic. Yeah, fantastic start, man.
It's always
at this rate, he'll be in the top 3.
Oh, well, let me tell you, that could actually be a possibility. Let's take a little look at the chat. I think it might have been my fault. Well, I think the stewards will take a look at that. I don't like this way of starting. You know, it's very messy indeed. But we will see. Now, Schaffer closing in on Mark Stevens. Very good start from Stevens as well. Johan Larsson is already 5 seconds ahead of Richard McKay. We said it, if he gets free, clean air, this man is gone. It's just like Desperado on a Western. There you see him, Schaffer, getting real close to Mark Stevens now. As we head into the third sector, there you see the rear wing of the... that's a good line indeed. For a second, it looked like he was going to lose it. A very good save. Well, we're starting to see some gaps disappear. And we've only been here for 8 minutes. We'll see how things develop. But for now, things seem like they have calmed down, Mr. Wood.
Yes, indeed. Yeah, Ollie actually is in P11, and I think he qualified somewhere like 17th or 18th. He did an amazing job locking down that amazingly competitive 17th place. And now he's in P11, which is actually pretty good. So he's managed to gain some time. He's half a second behind Daniel Britos as it stands right now.
Daniel Britos also very good start. There you see, unfortunately, Aaron Shannon loses the car. He's going to wait on the outside part. That is a smart thing to do. Very well done indeed. Abro getting closer to Bruce Hopkins. And as you said, yes, Ollie is catching on Daniel Britos. Daniel Britos, my God. Mate, Daniel Britos started on P20, eh? 10 positions made already. And another man that has had a great start. I need to talk in Spanish for him, my friend. Uruguayo, Hugo Caballero! Vámonos, mi pana. There you see him.
That's the spirit, mate. That's the spirit.
Yes. I love me some Spanish.
Yeah, how is your mate Fernando Alonso doing?
Okay, you need to stop talking now, huh?
Hey. What about the other crashy Spaniard? Carlos Sainz. He crashed yesterday again, didn't he?
Yeah, he did. I don't want to talk about that, to be honest.
Okay, back to eSeniors. They're more competitive. They crash less than Formula 1 drivers, and they're more interesting too.
More entertaining for sure. I can assure you that.
Yeah, heck yeah.
I can assure you that. But
this is an interesting track, though. You know, so obviously the Nurburgring, the original Nurburgring, that we all love to race around in, Assetto Corsa and all the other cool games, your Gran Turismo. We don't have that on Assetto Corsa Competizione. Instead, we have this track that was introduced in the early 1980s as a replacement for Formula 1, at least, because the original track is too dangerous, especially after Niki Lauda had his big accident. But this track, it's come under a lot of scrutiny. Some people like it, Some people don't. Some people think it's a little kind of sterile. It's got some good corners. It's got some boring ones. We've had a lot of stuff happening over the years. That the Schumacher S's, remember? I think it was 2007. Lewis Hamilton in his debut year, he had a monumental crash there. And I remember when he crashed, you could see in the in-car camera, he was wiggling his legs around. You could see that that hurt a lot. So a lot of different things happening there. The best races that we ever have here are normally in the wet. You remember that one race? I think at the end of the straight, basically everyone crashed at the end of the straight. It was ridiculous. And I think on the restart, you had a spiker leading, the back of the grid car. And it was that was a great race. That I think was maybe 2008 or 2009, I want to say.
Oh yeah,
but
with the big puddles.
Yeah. But either way, this is it's a good addition to the Formula One circus, and obviously a great addition to ACC. Something a little bit different. I'd like to see Hockenheim. Personally, that was always my favorite track. The old Hockenheim with those long straights. That was absolutely epic.
I wish we could see that, my friend, and not gonna lie, it's very improbable, but before we keep on with this conversation, we saw Kai Schaffer losing the car by himself, unfortunately. And I know it's not gonna happen, at least for a long time, but imagine the Nordschleife, man. Oof.
Oy, amazing.
Like right now, Assetto Corsa Competizione is the best GT3 simulator in most of people's minds, even better than iRacing. So, having some more tracks being added. Oh, I need to stop, because look at this. What has happened to Richard McKay? I think he lost it. Yes, indeed. He lost it on the chicane. What a save there. Woof. That could have ended really badly, but the only thing he's going to lose is P2. And the gap is not very big. But indeed, it will be awesome to see some more tracks being added. I'm saying it, man. You got to add the Glen, the best track in the world, baby. There you see a 4-man fight being led by Bruce Hopkins. And look at Ambro. Ambro slides on the inside. Very good move indeed, but look at that. Bruce Hopkins.
There it is.
There you see it. The switcheroonie. Very good. Very well done from Bruce Hopkins. Great defense. Let the McLaren by, because he's going to force himself into braking too late and reclaim the position. Very well done indeed. Tennant has been overtaken by Andy Skelton. Let me take a little look at the chat. This guy is fast, a bit lucky so far. This new Audi looks a lot better than the older, indeed. And I think it's a very good car right now in the simulator. And also, of course, we need to thank our sponsors, PWS, Sindeo, and Naka Green. Of course, big thank you to the sponsors that make the championships happen. No doubt at all. We have 30 people on the stream. I love you all. I want to see those likes, so come on and smash that button, for God's sakes. Pandemonium struck at the beginning, and now things are starting to calm down at least a little bit. Tennant has had a little bit of a mistake here. He has lost another position now to Uwe Dolan. And Mr. Wood, things are starting to calm down, it seems.
Yeah, they've calmed down, but one guy who's going to be very, very happy, other than Johan Larsson, who's in 11 seconds now ahead of second place, is the guy in second place. So Hugh Morris is currently in second. He took advantage of that little escapade that Rich had at the Vidal chicane. But he's a second ahead of Rich McKay. And then you've got Mark Stevens, half a second behind him. And then Bailey, Hopkins, another 4 seconds adrift. And then Andy Ambro, followed by Mappe Kansan, very, very close behind him, and Kai Schaefer very close behind him. So we've got lots of stuff going on. What just happened?
Again, Kai Schaefer, another mistake, and goes into the wall, to the pit wall.
Oh, that's painful.
Oof, yeah. The Audi
smashing up that beautiful livery of his. Like, we're talking up how beautiful that livery is, and he's just smashing it up, isn't he?
Yeah, and you can see he has lost focus, because already in that turn one, he takes the whole curve, which is something you would never do, because you're just gonna lose the car. He really seems unfocused. Let's see if he can get back into the groove. Let's go now with Hugo Caballero, my friend from Uruguay. There you see him fighting with Andy Skelton just behind. There is Oop Tholin, of course. Big thanks to See, I look like The Rock. Do you smell what The Rock's cooking? Tholin, of course, the man who has helping us with the livery. So big thank you to him. And let's go now with Mape Consent. There you have him. P8 at the moment. Catching Andrew Ambo. Very good fight. Ambrose, seriously. He's impressing me this race so far. At P7, very well done.
Yeah, he's doing very, very well indeed. It is very weird to see that Bagpuss car in P2. I just kind of want... You're right. I mean, we talked about it already, but it is a very interesting livery, and I think it is actually. I mean, out of all the liveries of all the cars, it's the one that really puts a smile on my face. I have to say, it does. It is hilarious, but you know, it brings us back to our childhood.
Yeah.
All those times that I would be watching Bagpuss and my mum would come into the room and I'd quickly switch the channel because it's so embarrassing. You don't want to be found to be watching such a babyish show. You know, even a 5-year-old does not want to be found watching a childish show. But now, look, it is, you know, I don't know how old Hugh is. Probably in his 50s or so, 50s or 60s. And yeah, Bagpuss is it, man. Bagpuss is it.
To be honest, I've never had the chance.
Look at Mr. Larson. I just said not very long ago he was 11 seconds ahead. He's now 13.5 seconds ahead. I mean, he's just walking this one, mate.
56 mid, 56 low. There we also saw a mistake from Mape Constant, who lost it on the chicane. Now we are with the man who just overtook him. Ole Linner very close to Daniel Britos. Yes. Sorry, I love my Spanish people. What can I do? Britos, fantastic race, man. P8. Let's see if we can hold on to it. At the moment, we've had 4 retirements, if I'm not mistaken. There you see it. Jamaica Man is going in the pit lane. What has happened here? The car doesn't look bad. We'll see what happened. But we have Arrobas, Mr. Buckley, Hutchin, and I think another person disconnected as well.
Yeah, I think Don Queen disconnected as well, Queen. Mate.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So 4 retirements, and we don't know what happened to Frank Tennant. We'll see. Professor Jaffel. Richard McKay. Now closing in on Hugh Morris. To be honest, Morris should be the one pulling out because Stephens is catching McKay. So he needs to take advantage of this. This is the moment! The commentator cursed! Oh, McKay loses the car and loses P3. Stephens jumps to P3 now. And just as I said it now, Morris has a 2.5 second lead over Mr. Stephens. We got Andrew Ambro. What has happened to Andrew? I think it was a chicane, wasn't it? Oh, it was sliding before everything started. He hits the curve. He's barely going to save it on the wall. But he has lost not 1 and not 2, but 5 positions. Oh, man, that's very unlucky.
Yeah, another one who's moved up pretty well is Lee Ellis. He's currently in P10. But he's got 3 cars ahead of him who, you know, potentially he's faster than them. So Lee's a really patient guy, and he's got a good deal of speed. So I want to take a closer look at him and see. I would imagine like a good 10 to 15 minutes time, you're going to see him inside the top 10. Well, he's in P10 right now, but it's going to be deeper inside the top 10, I reckon.
Yeah. Sorry, guys, not feeling too good. Making too many mistakes. Don't want to ruin anyone's race. Till next time. Aye, Frank. I'm sorry to hear that, mate. But hey, that's a very good gesture.
Feel better, mate.
Yeah, I hope you really feel good. And, you know, the fact that you care so much about the rest of the boys on track. Tholen! Tholen loses it. But yeah, we really appreciate that, my friend. And let me see. Can you guys zoom in on a BMW at the tank cap? I'd like to see if the fuel meter is really live. Okay, let me see. We can go on Mr. Bailey. The tank cap. The tank cap.
Tank cap.
What is a tank cap? The door that you open, no?
Yeah, the gas tank cap. Yeah, well, so I am.
Let me take a look.
I'm looking at Mr. Bailey's car, and there's a number by the gas cap, and it says 20 as of right now.
Yeah, 20.
So, I mean, that doesn't mean he has 20 liters left, because if it does, then he's going to run out of fuel.
Yeah.
So I'm not sure what that means.
Maybe it's just there to, you know, to try to look good, but it's actually not live. And well, it might be live for him, but it might not be live for us, because then somebody else could take advantage of that information. Because we know some things, like for example, if we go on board, let's go on board with Ole Linderner, for example. We only see the gears, but we don't see the fuel. We don't see all of the data, because of course somebody could take advantage of it. So you know, maybe that's a decision made from Kuno Simulazione. And yeah, Frank, seriously, very good job. I'm very happy I had a little bit of time to commentate you, because you know I love you, my man. Stevens getting close to Hugh Morris, and McKay has dropped down 3.6 seconds, 24 minutes remaining of this race. And why don't you talk to me about Kev Forrest, Mr. Wood? I know you know this man from the season, and I have the pleasure to see him drive many a time. So why don't you tell me a little bit about his driving style? How do you think he's feeling right now here in P11?
Well, let's watch him a little bit. So he's in P11. Where did he start?
He started at P9. Unfortunately, lost 2 positions.
P9. So he's lost a couple of spots. So clearly he's not having a good time of it. And you know, he's just going through the Schumacher S. He's struggling a little bit to get the power down and see how deeply he brakes. And he's not using the curbs as you could. So I mean, it's difficult to say, really, isn't it? But I mean, you know, he's 1.6 seconds behind Lee Ellis as it stands. He's got a train of cars in front of him. So, you know, ultimately, you know, he can see his quarry in ahead. You know, the easiest way when you're driving is to actually be able to see who you're chasing. So, you know, ultimately, you know, the race is in his hands. But, you know, he's halfway down the grid. He's probably not happy with it. And he wants to be at the sharp end, right? But look, when it comes down to it, some tracks you like, some tracks you don't, some tracks you excel at, some tracks you just don't. You know, the last track we had with the GT3s, Imola, I really like. I had this knack that I was just very, very fast. But guess what? This track, I'm nowhere. I'm absolutely nowhere. So, you know, it just might be one of those tracks that Kev is just not particularly comfortable with, and it's showing, you know, as it stands with his race pace. But, you know, that's all I can say, really.
Yeah, indeed, my friend. Let's see if we can...
And it looks like Mark Stevens is real close to Hugh Morris, so he really is challenging him now. He's closed down that gap. He's less than a second behind Hugh.
I think right now it's actually Stevens breaking later. I think it's showing some more braveness on the corners, because for example we saw them go through turn 1. That's where Stevens really caught up. And Mr. Wood, I'm going to have to leave you for a second, because remember the COVID is right now. I need to clear my throat. So
yeah, mate, you go ahead and go cough. Go and cough.
Thank you, baby.
Right? So Mr. Stevens is in P3. So, but he was behind Rich McKay. So I think he clearly had some pace. And as soon as he got past Rich, he's really put the hammer down, and he's challenging Hugh Morris. Now, I mean, you can really see he's hustling. He's very, very close behind. He's almost in a point now where he can really, you know, outbrake him. But I'm not sure. And now Hugh goes a little bit defensive. See, as we go into turn 1, you can see that Mark he's definitely faster. It's just a question of, you know, is he going to be able to, you know, push Hugh into making that tiny little error and slip by. I mean, it's very, very easy to make an error. You see Hugh's gone a little bit wide there. Get back on the gas here. That's a corner that I'm just hopeless at. I just can't seem to get power down particularly well. But we've got, how long we got? We got 20 minutes remaining for Mr. Stevens to get past Hugh Morris. And I mean, it looks like he's got the time spare. It's just a question of when rather than if.
Indeed, my friend. Thank you very much for covering me up. Now I'm very healthy, at least for 5 seconds. Let's go now with Lee Ellis. We saw him go on P10, and he's really looking forward to a P9 because he's really catching on Mapei Consent. On the right side, at least Johannesson racing tomorrow.
Yeah, that is the bright side, Craig, because he'd be ahead of most of us.
Seriously, man, this guy is flying. Of course, we're going to see him Group 1 next season because, good Lord, 22 seconds and a half. Sheesh, Mr. Wood. I cannot wait to see him on Group 1, fighting with the big boys. But Lee Ellis here, as you can see, very good racing. And look at this. Mark Stevens has really caught up.
Here we go.
Here you see, he's going to try to move this side.
Sending it? No, he's not.
No.
No. He
Try-
said no. So the thing I like about Johan Larsson, right, is he's in Discord during the races. We have great conversations. He is one of the funniest guys that we have in the league. Really great guy to talk to. He's got a brilliant sense of humor, but he knows when to talk seriously as well. He likes to share tips about racing, and overall just a really great guy. And once again, I try to encourage people to stay in Discord when we're racing. Just apart from anything else, for the social aspect, but we do try and keep as quiet as possible and focus on our racing. But it's always good to be in Discord, just to have like a little bit more respect for one another when racing, giving each other racing room. So I'm just gonna plant that little seed there. I know some folks, they just don't like to hear anyone yelling in their headphones. They don't want to hear people heavy breathing and making all their grunting noises. It's not me. It's Melvin. No, it's not. It's Stefan. No, it's not. It's Don Queen.
No,
it's
everyone.
Melvin.
It's Melvin.
Everyone.
No, it's not everyone. It's Melvin, my friend. There you see Peter LaFrance. I'm not used to seeing this man this low on the board. Right now on P16, we know LaFrance is an absolute rocket. Unfortunately, doesn't seem like he's enjoying the Nurburgring too much. I gotta tell you, man, seriously. So far, what a great race we're having. Started out with a lot of chaos. Now things are starting to calm down, taking a slower turn. But nonetheless, very good driving from everybody involved. And let me tell you, I am so happy to be back here with the Group 2. There you see Stevens again getting real close, showing the nose on the inside this time around. He should be getting a better line. Very close to losing the car there from Hugh Morris. You could see he went a little too wide in that entry curve, and now they're very close to one another. There goes the exit. Stevens nearly loses it, and now this is the opportunity for Richard McKay, who's catching up quickly. So he's going to put himself back into contention for P3. Let's see how things develop from here. But we have a very beautiful three-way bout with this crisps.
Mark says, yeah, I normally have a bag of crisps that, we're in the warm-up, so he doesn't like me rustling and crunching on my crisps. Neil says, yeah, the bread recipes. we often have this ongoing conversation about making bread and how to bake the best bread. So, yeah, we have all these great conversations that take the onus off of racing. So like although Neil, I know you like it because you're always in Discord during the races, so I know you like the social aspects. So
let me tell you, I can assure you that this gentleman would not like falling, going very wide. That could have ended really badly. And there you see Lee Ellis has made the move on Mapei Consent. And he jumps to P9. What a race just behind Forrest and Ambro. Going at it. Look at that Ambro. On the outside. He's going to make the move. Beautiful maneuver from the Italian. That was beautiful indeed. And as I was saying, thank the Lord I'm not an eSenior and I'm not driving, because you can hear me commentate. I'm sure you wouldn't enjoy me having me on Discord.
Nah, it would be great, mate. It would be great.
Oh, no, it wouldn't, mate. I can assure you. I get the Spanish rage. You don't want to hear that. That's not PG. And, of course, here in the eSeniors, we're a big family. We're all PG. Right, Mr. Wood? We never say bad words.
I try to be.
Children of God.
Sometimes things just slip out.
Like, well, no.
Yeah, we won't go there. We won't go there.
We're not gonna go into slipping. Is that what they call using your loaf?
Yeah, lose your loaf, slipping and sliding, and so on and so forth.
The headache pills, you know, and etc.
Yeah, well-
Ay, Forrest is gonna go for a little bit of a wild rally stage. Unfortunately, he's gonna lose it. Nice to hear your wonderful love again, Juan. Oh my God, Andreas, I love you, mate. You're the best. See, that's how you should treat me, Johnny, and you don't.
Well, you need to pay me more, mate.
What do you mean? Hey, don't make me mad, Mr. Wood. There you see that France now. Very close to Hugo Caballero. There you see the 5 for P15. Now La France is going to commit to the outside line. Caballero defended the inside. Very good line from both. Very slow exit from Caballero. And there you see La France is going to take advantage of it. Same goes for Skelton and Forrest. Because there you see Forrest has made the move now. Goes a little too wide. But Skelton had to smash the brakes. If not, this could have ended really badly. 14 minutes remaining of this race. And let's go a little bit with the leader, with Johan Larsson. My God, 24 seconds ahead. He doesn't need to push. You can see his last lap time was a 59. He made a mistake. But nonetheless, he doesn't care. He can do whatever he wants. And actually, it's better for him. Let's take a quick look at the track map. If you see, ladies and gentlemen, he's already catching up. The number 77 car, that is Thierry Ars. Sorry for my French. But there you have it. Larson already catching up lap cars. This is just incredible. What a drive.
Yeah, and you know, Stevens is now, he's right on the tail of you again. And you know, that straight line speed of the Lexus, you've got to imagine that it's faster than the McLaren, right? So you get steady at the main straight. And he does pull up on him a little bit. So he's just got to make sure he gets a really good exit out of that Vidal chicane and out of the last corner. And he'll be able to get him. He's definitely got the speed on Hugh. Definitely.
Yeah, it has been like this for the last 10 minutes. If Stephens didn't make that mistake, I think things would have gone way differently. There you see now Ambro and Leah is still fighting one another. This is the fight for P9. Ambro's not going to have a shot at the inside, I think. There you see. Oh my Lord, he breaks late. That was too late. Thank the Lord. He decided to turn left instead of right, because then we would have seen a little bit of a takedown. Thankfully, that did not happen. Let's go now with Mark Stephens again catching on. Hugh Morris. McKay has dropped another second down on Stephens, so he's 2 seconds behind. 25 seconds between Larson and Morris. Larson again on the groove. What can you say? It's just incredible. But these two, as you said, Stephens looks like he is a little faster per lap.
Look how much faster he is through the Schumacher S's. I mean, now he's literally licking his tailpipes. But really, right here, he needs to stay on the line and get the apex and just try and stick on his tail, because I mean, that obviously those last two corners, they're not overtaking spots, and he needs to be very, very careful of what he does. He needs to set himself up so that he gets close enough right here, coming into the Vidal chicane, that when he gets up to the final bend, that Coca-Cola corner, he's right on his tail and can get on the gas a little bit earlier and get that run down the straight.
Let's see. We go now through Coca-Cola. That's a good exit from Stephens, but again, it's not enough. I think it's playing it. No. I think it's playing it very conservatively on that third sector, especially the chicane. You can see he's not forcing the car through. Maybe his tires are not in optimal temperature.
It's that pink pussycat car is very very slick, very fast on that straight, isn't he?
Indeed, the McLaren, ever since the new patch came on, has been one of the best cars overall, no doubt about it. There you see Skelton really close to get Forrest. Forrest is going to slide a little bit on the exit, so let's see if Skelton can do something about this and try to overtake him. We go now through turn one.
Go.
Yes, indeed.
He's going to send it. Ooh, come on, boy. Get it. Get him.
Oh, you can see he broke a little earlier.
Still do it.
He was scared. No, it's not going to be. Unless Forrest makes a mistake through here, which he doesn't. But let me tell you, I think Skelton was a little scared of making that move. He broke a little harder. He doesn't want to be involved in any incident.
I I'd have waited for Kev to get on the brakes first before applying my brakes. I would have just sent it down there. It does look like Kev has got damage, though. If you look at his car, it is very, very scuffed up. So
Yeah.
that might be a good indicator of why he's not quite as fast as we normally see him, comparatively to the rest.
Yeah, we saw the incident where he hit the pit wall. Unfortunately, that is taking a little bit of top speed away from him, but still, he's being able to fend Skelton off and hold him behind. We're going to go now with the fight for P2. There you see Richard McKay again catching on these two. Stevens with a great exit out of the chicane. We go through the Coca-Cola corner.
Yeah,
Morris.
Hugh actually nearly hit the inside barrier there going through Coca-Cola. I've done that on a couple of occasions. You try and get as close as possible. And I've hit it a few times, and he was very close there. He's going defensive into the turn 1.
That's very smart from the Lexus driver. Eh? That was very good. He was, progressively applying the brake, trying to find the absolute limit of the car. Now he has caught up a little more, but look at McKay. I don't know if he was saving up those tires after the couple of mistakes he made, but man, he's back. He's joined the fray, and I can tell you
what it is, mate, is these two are slowing each other down. So Hugh, because he's looking in his mirrors, he's just making sure he's hitting every apex, and he's not throwing it in. So he's going that little bit slower. So Rich is able to catch both of them. Indeed,
also, but also you could see that McKay was playing it very safely. Skelton. What else happened here? Let's try to take a quick replay. Oh, he lost it by himself. Too quick on the power. That ain't gonna help. Very unfortunate from Skelton himself, who loses the car, but he doesn't lose any positions. There you see Andrew Ambrose still chasing Lee Ellis. What a great performance by these two gentlemen. Ellis with a great P9 at the moment, but look at Ambrose. That is a very good exit indeed. We're going after the back straight, but you can see that McLaren's not being able to catch up, at least not enough to make a move on Mr. Ellis. We're gonna go now through the epic Michael Schumacher says us. Of course, super epic set of corners and very tough, especially if you hit those curves. You really need to find the limit with them, because especially the exit curve in the second part, if you go a little too hard on it, you're gone. There's nothing you can do, right, Mr. Wood?
Yeah, for sure.
Well, I love Stevens' lines. Great driver. Let me tell you, these three are driving their butts off. What a great performance on the top three. There you see how close McKay is getting. Morris is still a second ahead. And of course, Johan Larson, let's go on board with him. And you can see he's putting 59s. He doesn't care. He has a 20-second lap. Why would you bother and put yourself in a bad situation where everything can change, in just a fluke? So, very stable drive. What can you say? Absolutely incredible. Aaron Shannon has lost a car on the Schumacher's SS. Let's go now with Bruce Hopkins, who's slowly but surely catching Martin Bailey. There you see, but as I said, things finally calming down after very intense fighting on the first laps. 6 minutes remaining, and Mr. Wood, if these men on the top 4 keep the space, who do you think is going to be able to take the P2 and the P3 to finish off the podium?
Well, Hugh has been really, really reliable, hasn't he? He hasn't made any big mistakes, and that's what Mark Stevens and Rich McKay are waiting for. They're waiting for some kind of error. I think it's going to stay as it is. To be honest, we've got 6 minutes remaining. That's 4 laps. But we'll see. Anything can happen. And look, Rich, see, he just really messed up the chicane there. Something that I was actually thinking about is, despite the fact that this is a German circuit, there are no sausages. There's not a sausage to be seen.
Indeed, that's absolutely disrespectful. I gotta tell you.
It's very disrespectful to sausages.
Incredible, huh?
Especially being in Germany, the home of the sausage.
Of course, the Vardet Varverwurst. Huh?
Exactly. No mounting of sausages in the Nurburgring.
I cannot believe it. Welcome, Eric Gotzaka, to the stream. Hope you're having fun. You are joining in the last few moments of this race. Larson is really keeping it calm. Again, now he just did a 2 dead.
No, he's 18 seconds ahead.
Apart from...
What's the fastest lap, mate?
The fastest lap is a 55.8. But, I gotta tell you, I think... maybe he's also driving this low. Maybe because of fuel saving? Could that be something that is making him go a little slower this time around? Because he doesn't have any traffic
I don't
in
think
front.
so. And Rich just went off at Dunlop. Got back on. He probably lost a second there. But no, I think he's just chilling. He's taking it easy. You know, at this stage of the race, you know, he's got it in the bag. He's 18 seconds ahead. You know, the problem is, you know, if you slow down too much, you lose your rhythm. And then the tires also, they lose their heat and their pressure. And then you start sliding around and you start making mistakes. And that's when you can really lose a race. So as long as he's sitting in like the 156s, I think, or low 157s, he's going to be fine. I mean, he's just touring around right now, basically. He's twiddling his thumbs. He's dreaming of a big pink cat.
Let me tell you.
In his mirrors.
I think you have something else in mind to say, but we'll leave it there. Welcome, Zeleno.
Not me. Not me.
Okay, mister. There you see Bruce Hopkins catching Martin Bailey in the last stages of the race. I think we're going to have 2 more laps of racing, if I am not mistaken. There you see Hopkins now with a very good exit for supporting the Ukraine livery. Send lots of love to the Ukrainians. Of course, the eSeniors participated in the 6 hours of the Nurburgring hosted by PLR, so I really want to thank the eSeniors for helping the cause. I was commentating there as well, so big love. Let me tell you that.
Yeah, I think a BMW won that race, didn't it?
I think so. Yeah, it was no, Juknevicius finished in P2, and then the BMW won it indeed. My God, that was a very fun race. Let me tell you, and I wish, and I hope the eSeniors take the initiative to do a very good enduro. I love me some endurance. I love it. I know the eSeniors would like it. Wouldn't you? Let me see in the chat. Would you like some endurance here in the eSeniors GT3 World Championship? Let me tell you, Steven's still in that second gap. He's not being able to close it down. We're going out with Johan Larsson, and if I'm not mistaken, mister, this is going to be the last lap of the race.
Yep, looks like it. Well, no, not necessarily. No, there's going to be 2 laps. Or is there? No, this is going to be the last lap. You're right.
Unless he makes a 152, which I don't think so. Currywurst. There you have it. That's what I said before, but I guess you didn't understand my incredible German. What kinds of sausages do you know, Mr. Wood?
We have some jalapeno cheddar sausages here. See, look, honestly, sausages in America, it's just not the same as Europe. You go to England, you go to any grocery store, there's a huge aisle of like 100 different kind of sausages. It's not the same in America. America used to be the place where like there's so much choice of everything, and it's not the same, especially with a sausage. Sausage is sausage.
Well, there you see a poor man who hasn't eaten any sausage tonight, unfortunately.
No sausages for me, mate.
And Columba, neither for him. Then you see now Stevens is catching up 1 minute remaining. You won the currywurst. I won the currywurst as well. Steven now very close. Oh my God, look at the lap car. This could change everything. The last lap and the lap car's in the middle of this fight.
In the way, he's in the way.
He has blocked Mr. Morrison. Look at Stevens now, 3 tenths behind. Oh my Lord, things are getting spicy for the last lap of the race. Let's see. Stevens now. Oh my God, the lap car. That was a very straight line through the
areas.
There you see the areas indeed. letting the cars go. Let's see now, Stevens and Morris. Well, Stevens had the last shot to make it happen. He needs to nail these 2 corners. Let's see what he's gonna do to them. He brakes very late, doesn't go on the curb. That's gonna take a little bit of time. I don't know if he's gonna be enough, unless Morris makes a mistake. He does make it.
He made a mistake.
He does make a mistake.
He had a slide there, didn't he?
Yes, he was lining ever since he started the corner. There you can see now, Stevens is really getting close, ladies and gentlemen. Larson is gonna take the checkered flag and get it.
He's going.
No, he's not. He's playing it safe, trying to make the mistake on Hugh Morris. Larson wins the race. Let's see if Stevens can make it happen on the P2. I don't think it's going to be enough. Great race from Johan Larson, who takes the checkered flag and the victory. Morris with an incredible defense on P2, and then Mark Stevens on P3. What a great race from these 3 gentlemen, of course. Give some credit to Richard McKay. We have a fight here between Hopkins and Bailey. Oh my God, it's all going to come down to the last corner. Look at Hopkins going for the outside line on the last corner of the razor hairpin. Here we go, but it's not going to be enough. Bailey is going to end up ahead, and look at this. Now Ellis catching up to Ollie Linder. Who's going to take this? Ollie's going a little too slow. Ellis, will he be able to overtake him? No, it doesn't look like so. Or maybe he does. No. Ollie on P8. Ellis on 9th. Amro on 10th, and of course we haven't mentioned Daniel Ritos on P7. What a great race. Canson on 11th, Schaffer on 12th, Forrest on 13th, Skelton on 14th, then La France. Caballero, there you see, is fighting with Hoofdolin for P16. Let's see who's going to be able to take it. Look at that, that's a great guessing from Hoofdolin, but it's not going to be enough. Caballero on 16th, Tholen on 17th. Mr. Wood, it has been an absolute pleasure having you here, my friend. Thank you kindly for accompanying me.
Good fun. Hopefully, we'll have a good race tomorrow. Are you commentating tomorrow, mate?
I'm commentating tomorrow, baby.
You are, all right. Well, be kind. Be kind.
We'll see how. Let's see how many reversed you bring me in the DM.
Oh dear.
Well,
all right, everyone. See you tomorrow.
Thank you very much, Mr. Wood, and thank you very much, everybody that has come to the stream. I've seen